Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to Monday Minutes. The biggest highlight this week will be CPI. It's all about inflation. Last month, we had a narrative that shifted from inflation to growth, and we certainly repositioned our thoughts in terms of the ability for the market, in terms of the rate market, to come back down and yield off these 2018 highs. And we still are committed to that. But the reality is there's still a lot of volatility in the marketplace right now. There's still a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace right now. We don't necessarily know where the Fed is going to need to go to. And I think that's part of it. They've telegraphed some forward guidance, but the reality is we don't really know. So we see where terminal is, we see where neutral is in terms of how the Fed thinks about neutral, and that's most important. We could all have our own views, and ultimately, we don't really know. I think the markets will tell us where neutral is. But what's most important is how they're thinking right now. If you listen to Vice Chair Brainard from last week, she was pretty clear. There's no reason for a pause. And we agree. There is no reason for a pause. So 50 and 50, ultimately, we could take that down to 25, but there's no reason for the Fed to pause here until they see some daylight in terms of where the economy is at, where inflation is at. Most importantly, the economy is coming down, certainly, but we will sacrifice growth within this global economy for the benefit of trying to get inflation down. The challenge is central banks are not going to solve the inflationary problems here. So there's a lot more volatility, I think, to come, and there's a lot more uncertainty here to come in terms of how this all plays out. What we know right now is what's in front of us. I think that's why markets in general have taken a little bit of a pause to see how the economic data plays out, how the trajectory of inflation plays out. This meeting this month with the Fed, I think, is going to be a very important meeting in terms of how Jay Powell signals going forward what he thinks in terms of a slowing economy versus inflationary pressures remaining high. I'm Greg Faranello. I'm head of U.S. rates for Amerivet Securities.